Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on with it, then. Oh, you getting hold right now.
Ain't nobody getting hold shit.
You get a hold.
Ain't nobody getting hold shit.
Let me move out your way so you can see before we get
My
too
boy!
Before we get
Chill
too
out. Chill out.
What it do, gang? Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe you said I got hoes. That was crazy.
Yeah, they kept just root. They
Nah,
didn't
ain't
nobody slow down or nothing for you. They was like,
what you would have did?
move out the way. Play
What's
that.
the order?
Hi, what can I get for you?
Hi, can I have a medium iced coffee with oat milk,
Okay.
2 caramel swirls, and 2 butter pecans?
Okay.
What shot do you want?
And
Anything
then
else for you?
medium iced mocha latte with no whipped cream. There's a refresher showing on the screen too. Okay.
Right now.
Let me get the $6 meal deal, and then you sauce my coffee up
And
the
then you
way
said
I
a
want.
latte?
Yes, and then can I have the $6 meal deal?
What was the latte? A medium iced latte? Do you want
Uh,
a flavor in there?
Mocha latte,
Okay.
and then the $6 meal deal.
All right.
The coffee, can you have it 4 sugar,
Hot or ice?
ice,
Okay.
4 caramel swirls, and 3 mocha, please.
This
Do you
sound
want
like chocolate
pizza?
milk.
That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Go for it.
It only makes sense to get the $6 meal deal because you get a sandwich and some hash browns for $6, and the damn iced coffee is like $4.69 or something. Oh, you got it on your donkey. You paying?
Run it. I'm gonna get the points though.
Damn, gang, that's crazy. She bust the phone down like she's about to. You ain't
Yeah, I was getting my points.
Oh, gang, I'm tired. That's mine.
I'm sorry, can I say one more time? Sorry.
Oh man, I declined.
There you go.
Stop playing.
It's tight on over here, gang. It's tight on over here, gang.
Stop playing.
I got to go pick that young boo up and pay for this transmission rebuild. It's tight on, gang. Account on Egypt. You feel me? Account on Egypt. Hook me up, girl. Dang.
Please. Stop playing on this camera.
Man, she tweaking with us, gang. I'm finna murder this breakfast. I needed a quick little boost. I really don't drink coffee too often. I'm more like an energy drink type of person, but I really need to slow down on the energy drinks, and I just drained still. You know, I had a long weekend everywhere, and
Come on the coffee side.
nah, I'm cool. That coffee, boy, get your boy. How your boy's stomach doing?
Did you get straws?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Have a great day.
This man? Okay. Yeah, this coffee be having my stomach doing like 360s, gang. Like, listen, talk about a detox. Right
You
here.
gotta taste the coffee.
I mean, this look a little darker than usual.
This quartz.
Okay, yeah, mine look the darkest. But yeah, gang, man, we about to get off this young coffee, turn up, get this young energy, and go pick up old two-step from the trans shop, man. And I knew I had issues with the trans, like I had leaks and stuff like that with it. So let me sit this down real quick in the cup holder or some shit, gang. Hold on. I don't want to drop my coffee. Hold on. That'll blow me.
Not you, Omar.
But yeah, I knew I had little issues with the trans and stuff like that, so I had leaks and stuff. And the other night when we was out riding, and I did like a pull, I could tell like the fluid was kind of coming out on there and hitting the exhaust, because I could see like the smoke and I could smell the trans fluid burning off the exhaust. So I'm like, that's not good. I got too many leaks and stuff like that. So I want to get that all situated and get it checked out to see. And then my trans brake still was tweaking too. Even after RJ put it in and you could hear it activating, the trans brake wasn't activating really when I would try and build boost up, you know? So I'm like, for me to build boost up on the trans brake, it's like I had to hold the gas and the brake, build the boost, and hold the trans brake at the same time, and then the trans brake can engage. When you got a trans brake, you're supposed to just be able to engage the trans brake, floor it, and then start building boost. So I knew I had issues or whatever with it, but end up coming to find out that I had to go ahead and get the whole trans I thought that was my coffee. I was about to be like, hold on. But yeah, ended up I had to get the whole trans rebuilt. Clutches was burnt out and you know, stuff like that. And then he also saw a couple different things and stuff like that in the transmission that had needed upgrading and stuff. So took it out, got everything all situated, got the pans and all that, no more leaks, trans fully rebuilt, ready to rock and roll. And then we just got a couple more little loose ends to tighten up on her, and she's gonna be ready to rock out, you know. And it's really just stuff that I kind of noticed on there that I want to get situated before I get to, you know, playing and dancing and you know, giving out the black eye in this demonstration. So just got to get everything nice and tight and right, and then, you know, that footage and action to be coming to y'all real soon, man. But yeah, about to bang this young Duncan, and then we'll get back up with y'all in a minute. I got somebody for y'all that y'all ain't seen in a while. Look at this.
You gotta edit that out. I can't go out like that.
Oh man.
Don't do my baby like that.
Yeah, man, we finna kill this real quick, and then we get to the trash shop. I'll cut this thing back on, man. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, stay tuned. And yeah, man, I got, like I say, a couple little tools and fuse, and should be ready, man. It's time, progress, money. And then I'm still trying to twerk on Freaky too, so that's my main goal, is to get Freaky City. So the whole two-step is empty in my pockets, way more than I expected right now. You know what I'm saying? It need to chill and just come on with the come on, and let's just, you know, enjoy it. But yeah, I'll cut this thing back on. We pull up over there, and hopefully be able to get a little explanation of stuff like what all was done and what all is wrong with it and stuff like that. But yeah, my food getting cold, so I get with y'all in. I mean, get it.
A few minutes later.
Let me pull it up just to here so I can track it up real quick.
All right.
But if you look down on top, there's another switch where those red wires are. So you don't have your neutral switch hooked.
Okay, this one right here?
Yeah, that's for the reverse lights. It's got a little notch in the mechanical part of the shifter for the reverse lights. But instead of hooking up the reverse lights, I just hooked up a parallel circuit to the trans brake. But yeah, go ahead and fire it up and just see. Yeah, make sure it's in park.
Yeah.
Just see how it feels to you. I mean, and I'll show you with the shifter. It's a little kind of boost.
Oh, like where you say that sometimes it don't want to connect. Where you say sometimes it don't want to connect because it kind of moves over.
Grab the handle and just wiggle it side to side. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
go ahead.
you want it more.
Yeah, then go put it in reverse.
Oh yeah, it's in reverse right now. Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Leave it in reverse and pull the shifter towards you. It'll come out in reverse. Like, go ahead and pull it.
Oh, okay.
There's just enough. There's slop.
So that's if somebody kind of heavy hand with it,
yeah,
but
just in case it does something weird, just kind of.
nah, I know, just move it over to the right, right.
Nice, you don't have to.
Oh hell yeah, just go dead in the reverse, not normal.
I'm just gonna have you inch up a little bit.
Okay. Oh yeah, so now he done set it up to where now we don't even have to hold the trans brake to reverse. You just put it in reverse. I like that you can just put it in reverse now and it just go in reverse instead of holding the trans brake.
Yeah. Big shutter down there. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I like that setup.
A couple cars, and I did a Trailblazer SS with a 480 E-swap, and he had a brake in it and stuff. And I did it that way, and that was a little more challenging, but it worked out very nice.
Oh yeah, I like the way that.
Yeah, and it only activates. There's just a little dimple on the linkage that contacts that micro switch.
Yeah, I see it now, like how you said, like how it got that little bit of play, like when, because the shifter not like 100% super solid mounted, like it move over, they got that little play, but
stationary, but your whole shifter moves, so it's taken away.
It's all on if you move it over when you do it. If you just put it in reverse normal, then it's fine. It's all on.
It pretty much works good, but just in case it happens.
Nah, I know exactly. Now I know, like if it start doing that, just move it kind of over to the right a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah, it's kind of a neat idea.
Whoa, this donk look good.
I didn't originate it. What's that?
I say this donk look good too.
Oh, you know that guy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, everybody knows you. They walk in like, oh, this guy.
Yeah, it should look good. I've been wanting to get his on there once he get it all situated. This thing look good with that rose gold on there. And I damn near should get these wheels rose gold dipped in there or something. Them things, them Lanos, boy. Them Lanos just hit different, gang. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, AJ should look clean. AJ stuff look clean and good. But yeah, man, that's definitely a nice little dim dabble that's added now. Like, you don't just put it in reverse, because it's sometimes that you just don't want to hold the trans brake and be turning around. Like, when you gotta hold the trans brake, turn like this, and still turn the wheel and stuff, it's like, man, like it's doable, but it's just way easier to just put it in reverse and turn around and look and reverse like a normal car. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the pro brakes are for drag racing only, but
right.
I'll tell you, even that, when you're pulling out of you're backing up in the pits or whatever, sometimes it's a busy track and cars are coming, you gotta kind of pay attention to what you're doing. And some guys have them on their steering wheel and in other places too, but turn the steering wheel
and hold the button, that's hell, yeah.
That's ridiculous and stuff like that.
Definitely. Ooh, y'all see it all nice and clean up under here. Nice and clean. Oh yeah, I see that. That was close to the damn exhaust.
I got them wired pretty good and wire tied. So yeah, we're all good, and you can't hit the flywheel or nothing.
Look how clean that pan look. Yeah.
Very nice pan and stuff. Yep.
Yes, sir.
A lot of guys will run the cable out of the body, and they'll put the whole cable on this side, so it's wrapped up in a tight circle over here instead of bringing it around the passenger side. The more gradual the cable can be, the longer it'll last and the smoother it operates. So, and a lot of people do that. They wrap it all up here and it's all wound up and it's tight because it's got to come out of the floor and then cut sharp angles all the way back to here.
Right.
This always works better than I just tied it up. We drill a little hole.
Yeah, it's nice and neat. Shit. That's why, man. Look, I told you I was waiting for you, man, because I knew you was gonna get me together.
Just do me one favor. I didn't run it long enough, but just make sure this operates. All this is a really nice setup, but
that's for the trans cooler, right?
Yep. And just make sure when we get it up to temp. When you get home, just listen. It should be going on because with the stall and everything.
Okay.
But if you want to take a peek up here, I'll get the light. Just if you want to look first, right?
You say the rear seal was
well, the bushing and the seal, I obviously replaced it, but the bushing was grooved up pretty bad, but the yoke was not. The yoke was in really good shape. I polished it with like 800 grit.
Oh yeah, I can see it look all brand new and shiny now. Yeah.
Yeah, that might have been something going on with that. But if you want to video some of your
Old parts. Yeah, that should look good under there. That trans nice and clean and everything.
And here's the bushing. Like I said, it's pretty grooved up and stuff. And usually that with the slip yoke riding in this, it usually will take the slip yoke out too and groove it up. But that thing's pretty worn, so that was definitely the reason for the leak. You know, the seal didn't, I created that, but the seal really didn't look that bad, but if the yoke is bouncing around too much, the seal can only seal around so much before it opens up gaps. And the case bushing was worn real hard too. Not horribly, but...
Is that from the colors that I see right there?
Yeah, you can see, yeah, the duller it is, the newer it is, the shinier it is, the more it's worn. But it just looked funky, you know, so I just put another one in there too. And your pump gears, you know, had a pretty good amount of wear on them. The pump was in decent shape. I just kind of massaged it a little bit, but these had definitely a lot of wear on the outer
Oh yeah, the nicks and shit like that on there.
Yeah, the grooves and stuff like that. But it's an important thing. But by nature, because it's a high pressure trans, pump gears do wear out. There's a lot of pressure around these when it's making pressure. These gears are trying to force themselves apart, so the pressure side, once the fluid wraps around and it tries to squeeze fluid in solid, you know, fluids are non-compressible as opposed to air. So it can't do anything but try to squeeze that fluid out. So it pushes this one in and it pushes that one out. This one rides inside the pump and it wears hard on the outside. Yours is in pretty good shape. Like I said, I polished it up, put new gears in it, so you'd be good for a long time.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, this is third gear and they were just torched.
Damn.
Yeah, they're really bad. It looks like a good clutch too. It looks like they tried to use a red clutch. I can't tell 100%, but that looks pretty kind of red. So those are decent clutches. That's what I use, Ray Best's Reds, and they work very well. But this thing got real hot, and then the reason it wouldn't do anything, and then you rev it, and all of a sudden it popped.
Right, like it caught in. Oh,
this is the seal. Well, realize once it comes out of the bore, I'll show you real quick. One other thing that in theory, I think is the reason this might have happened. I mean, low fluid level can cause that too, but...
So was the fluid level low?
You know what, I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't really check
no, I don't think it was at that. I did check it, I'm pretty sure, but knowing what it was doing, it wasn't, because everything else drove fine. It wasn't a low fluid. Low fluid is pretty much uniform to everything with the trans. So you would lose forward engagement, you would lose all of that. It's not just reverse that would be the problem. But I actually thought maybe the band was bad or something like that. But I pulled the pan, and I didn't really see a lot in the pan. So then I went ahead and I pulled that generic valve body setup that you got, the knockoff valve body.
Right.
I pulled that off and checked the passages, and everything was 100%. So from that point, you can air check this drum through the case, and I did that, and there was no apply at all. I mean, I blew up, all my air pressure through it, and there was no apply, obviously, because that was ripped.
Right. So that go in between.
Yeah, that's the sealing area. That's a lip seal that the fluid, once it's pressurized, the fluid hits between the pump, the piston and the seal, and it tries to spread the seal out, but the effect of it is to force this on and apply the clutch plate, so it compresses the clutch plates in the drum. So here's something that I think that probably created some of this problem. And then understand, once these start glazing and they get hot spotted, like the steels, and the clutches get hot spotted, then it's a matter of time before they go bad, because under power, if you had 300 horsepower, it would live a lot longer, but you got more horsepower, these will go away faster. So I think this might have originated the problem. But there's a little, this is a 62 thousandths, so a 16th of an inch hole drilled right through the drum. Right there. I put a light on it.
In the corner right there.
So what that does is, that's how we all do it, and most everybody does it there on this drum. But what they did is they drilled through the middle of this piston here, right where one of the spring pockets are. They just drilled a hole, and it was a 16th, but where it's located is critical, because the function of this is, when you launch the car on a trans brake, this drum is completely filled with fluid, so it's completely filled. This is compressing all the clutches. As soon as you release the trans brake, you're in first gear. This drum accelerates up to close to engine speed pretty fast. So the idea of drilling an exhaust hole is that centrifugally, once this drum spins up, like you launch the car and you're going in first gear, This drum is still filled. Even though it releases with the trans brake through the center support, it's got a long way to go, but it can't get all the fluid out of here because as soon as you release, it spins. That fluid, centrifugal force, kinetic energy is going to toss it to the outside. It can't even exhaust. It'll exhaust some out of that hole, but it can't because it's all in here and it wedges up inside of here. So that's what this hole does, is as it's accelerating, it's spitting fluid out to release pressure on this.
It releases it a lot easier because it's pushed out that way and a lot faster.
It's forcing it out of there.
Exactly, versus it being in the middle and trying to get the little bit out because I mean it's kind of tossing more that way.
Exactly.
Then okay.
You'll never deplete the oil in the drum with a hole over here.
Right.
And like I said, centrifugal. If this drum didn't do anything, it would be a different story. But this drum accelerates. This is a very active drum in the trans. So in first gear, if the trans brake applied, it's applied. As soon as you release the trans brake, this spins up in first gear to approximately engine RPM, roughly a little less than that. When it shifts to second, this drum stops moving, and when it shifts to third, it reapplies. So this drum is stationary, accelerating counterclockwise, stops, and accelerate clockwise. It's a very active drum. That's why these clutches usually go bad before any other clutches. But this will allow
the third gear clutch,
yeah, which affects reverse because it's also reverse.
Right.
This is third and reverse, and trans brake apply, which is basically reverse. So yeah, but that, I believe that contributed to the problem. So I plugged that hole, and then I drilled the 16th
the
through.
one in,
Yep.
okay,
and that
the way that it needed to be.
Yeah, it's the way. Yep. And
Perfect.
and there's different theories, but I mean I see a lot of transes that people do, including some higher end stuff, and that's how everybody does it. It makes sense because centrifugally you can't get the fluid. The fluid can't come back to center. It's getting displaced out towards the outer circumference of the drum. So you gotta get the crap out. Because if you don't, here's what happens. Is the faster it spins with a turbo car, generally off the brake or even the foot brake or whatever, things spin pretty quick when that turbo spools, depending on how much power you have and all that. But the fluid actually gets pushed out to here. If there was no exhaust here like you had, it was in here. The fluid wedges between the piston and the outer part. It can hydraulically start scooting this piston forward and start applying these when it shouldn't be. So, and first
from the force of it being,
yep,
okay,
100%. The
makes
force,
sense.
Yep, it'll push it out, and that's happened. So they do come with bigger springs in here, the trans brakes, which you do have, which helps minimize that effect. But how fast that thing spins up, and you get some cars that are high RPM cars. This drum is cranking, so that stuff gets spit out there. So yeah, the theory behind all this is get that fluid out of there so this can stay compressed.
Plan it down into it. Yeah, makes sense though. That I mean, the logic of it, like what you explaining it, that it makes 100% more sense than for it to be here.
But I mean, you look at things and theorize about how things work and all that, and you got a good combination of what you do. Everybody that does performance transit or any other sort of transit, yeah, you get your comfort zone of what you do and it works for you, and you stay with that, and that's, like I said, I don't know too many people that drill it here.
Right.
In this drum, in the other drum, depending on belt body, you drill it there, but that's not the same scenario as what this is. But yeah, hopefully that's all it was. But either that or if it was running a little bit low, these clutches, like I said, they take a beating, and just naturally they do because it's a very active drum. You got your other drum, the forward drum, that once it applies in forward gear, you put it in any forward gear, that drum applies at low RPM, whatever your car idles at, and it stays applied. It's not affected. But this gets applied under power, just like second gear. So it's a little more critical.
Right. Okay.
And because it has to accelerate, it's mind blowing that from second gear to third gear with this drum, and imagine this drum sits in the trans exactly like that. So when you shift into second, this drum stops spinning. It's 100% stationary. It's not budged a bit. But as soon as you shift to third, it has to automatically accelerate. It's got to accelerate up to engine RPM
exactly
that fast. And that, I mean, you figure how fast your trans shifts. It's pretty impressive. How fast it accelerates this drum is pretty impressive.
Right.
But in the process of accelerating this drum, these clutches have to slip a tad bit because they're getting forced onto something that's stationary. The clutches are spinning with the other drum at engine RPM. The steels are spinning with this drum. So as they apply, I mean, it's impossible that it can collapse and compress these clutches and this thing spins up. So there's going to be a little slippage until the point it accelerates that drum, and then it's really got some motion in it. And so they're always going to have a little bit of that, and it's a wet clutch, so it can handle a lot of that, but excessive slipping becomes a problem with hurting, glazing the clutches, and then eventually.
Right.
But I think hydraulically, there's a very good chance that it was inadvertently applying when it shouldn't have.
Based on where it was
Yes.
drilled at and stuff. Okay.
And the other, the other thing, and I use different sealing rings inside the drum that seal a little bit better. I'm sorry, on this side of the drum, that seal a little bit better, and it doesn't, they're solid rings instead of what's called a scarf cup. So it pretty much allows fluid to get into that drum faster.
Okay.
Ever so slightly, but the faster you can get all the
Hell
fluid
yeah.
completely in there, the better off you are.
Exactly.
But my only concern is, like I said, it's a good design valve body, but it is not a notable manufacturer's valve body that's in it. I'm pretty sure it's a mail order valve body that's been duplicated, but it's good in theory. It's a billet valve body. It's a neat piece, and it minimizes fluid flow. The passages that they make. It's a nice setup, but
It's like a copycat, pretty much.
100%. Yeah. Yep. But if they did it right, it's as good as whoever
Right, if they copied it exactly the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, and I went over the passages, and it's very familiar. Like I said, some of the other leading companies, DTE, and they use a valve body very similar to that. Or I should say, this valve body is very similar to theirs because theirs is designed in-house, where this one I think was just duplicated. But still good design and stuff.
Right, get the job done. Right.
Yeah, but the long-term effects of stuff that are inferior, it might work great for a while, a long time, and then things fail, and you can't figure out why does it keep failing this. It could be contributed to something that wasn't 100% manufactured right or something. But it's a simple piece, so I'm pretty confident everything will be good.
Cool.
See, it all torqued up good and stuff. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Y'all got some knowledge. Told y'all some stuff of how it work. And this man is the guru. If you know, you know. This man, look, me and Mike been dealing with each other for the longest, man. And every time he get me situated, it's always A1, man. When it come to this transmission stuff, he knows exactly what he talking about. He knows exactly what he doing. And we kind of already had an idea of what was going on with the trans based on the description of what I was saying that was going on with it. So it was pretty easy for him to get in here, tackle it, and man, we nice and dry up under there, shifting nice and smooth and everything. So I got a couple little more odds and ends, like I said, to get her all situated. We got to get rid of the exhaust leak again. I'm gonna do the double layer gaskets and stuff like that. I got coil relocators that I'm gonna do on there because the coils is to the back, and it's like I just don't like the wires being that long, so we're gonna change that out as well. And just a couple little odds and ends, and then get out there on that young road and get to doing some testing and seeing what's to it and give y'all some action. I know that's what y'all been waiting for. Y'all been waiting to see this thing in action, and it's coming soon, but just gotta make sure it's gonna get all the way. Is it popped?
Yeah, I pulled it.
Let's see. Yeah, it's popped. Probably try it right in the center.
Yeah, you don't want these cars flat. My wrists too.
Little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, these cars are horrible, man, with the chassis flexing. I did not. Yeah, go ahead and put that on there for 1 second.
Oh, you saying put it up?
Yeah, I want to see what the light, if I can see. Yeah, I didn't. I set that down there. I didn't even know that thing locked in there. I apologize.
Yeah, I just need to pull it forward a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
A few minutes later.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like the Kool-Aid man say, oh yeah. Transhipping nice and tight. Woo. I mean bumper gear, bumper gear, bumper gear, bumper gear. Switch a gear, you grab a gear. Ooh wee, yeah. Trans nice and smooth, nice and dry. That's the way I likes it, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ride on here, coast on to the young crib. I was about to go slide over there on the semi and get it cleaned up, but the wash guy didn't answer the phone, so guess that's gonna be for another day, another task and everything like that. Woo! thing turning heads and it's so dirty. I literally almost want to go get it washed real quick. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I should go get it beamed up real quick. I ain't gonna lie, cause it's definitely overly filthy. I might go and get it washed real quick. I might not, I don't know, man. But yeah, man, shout out my man's Bike Gang. I'll leave his information in the description if you want to contact him for your transmission needs and stuff like that. But he got this thing nice and tight, nice and spicy, and that's just one more thing checked off the list. Damn, and these ribs smelling good. We wanted some rib tips in this demonstration, gang. But yeah, man, got it nice and smooth and riding nice and tight, man. We out here rolling. And I'm happy now, man. Trans is going in reverse without having to hold the trans brake down. He put the sauce on that. So now it's just regular degular. Put it in reverse, bag up, do what you gotta do. Damn, it's dark in this thing, man. Why is it so damn dark? Try and get some light going on here. But as y'all see, door panels, we still waiting on that. It is what it is on that. Hopefully, that'll be situated this week. That way we can put some tunes in here. And you know, really get that full little vibe on the ride and stuff like that, man. But yeah, that's gonna be a wrap on this video. Quick little dim dabble for you guys, you know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed it. Comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. All I can tell y'all is this trans is hitting gear by gear like it ain't nothing. Before I had some slippage and everything, so it's nice to know that it's nice and tight and doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, the minute I click a gear, it's clicking. Woo! Gotta love it, man. That's gonna be a wrap on this video, gang. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And I'll get with y'all on the next one, man. Koolie gang, two-stepping. We getting it right, man. It just take time, money, and a little bit of effort and the right people, and we'll be there, man. So, yes, sir. See y'all on the next video, gang. Let's get it.